What's going on? What a beautiful day for a static stretch. Emphasizing upper body on this one. So there is a lower body. There's some legs in there. You pretty much get most of all the leg stretches. But I do take a little bit of time to do that full body. So once again, find a nice bit of room. And we're going to start with a little bit of rotation for the core. What I like to do is I always like to bend my arms and drive it from the elbows. But the hips will go the opposite directions. And you're going to go all the way through. So don't just drive your arms. Include your whole core, your whole body. Get that rotation in those abs. Next, we're going to go ahead and start by just going over and under for the arms. Get the blood flowing. Really pull back, especially on these, so that the chest pokes out. And you get a good shoulder stretch as well as up into the chest area as well. Notice I also alternate. Top, left, top, right, top, left, top. Make it nice and even. You always want even. Pull it all the way back. Hold for a second. Pull it all the way underneath you. Hold for a second. See the pause. Pull it all the way back up. Squeeze. Try to stay upright. Don't arc your back. You'll see I try not to do that. Right there. Give you a little show. And bring it back on and do that a few times as well. Really pulling in all directions. This time we're going to go ahead and start doing our rotation and our circles. Big arm circles. Notice my chest faces each direction. I'm not just swinging my arms. I'm swinging my core, my chest, my hips. Get the whole body, especially upper body, involved. I stop, rotate, and do it in reverse. Make sure you get that reverse as well too. Once again, opening the body up. Really engaging the entirety of the core, shoulders, arms. Having a good shoulder width stance makes it easy for that balance as well too. Don't sit your feet too close together. We're going to go ahead and take our right arm, glue it to our head, push it all the way back, bend it in, do a cow press or a cow stretch. Really manually manipulate it. So don't just put it behind your head. Notice my other arm is actually pulling it back and downwards. I feel a good shoulder stretch, good arm stretch, triceps as well in there. Really try to stay upright. Once again, don't lean into it. Do the other side. Now, if you're really flexible and you like to challenge yourself, what you can do is you can drop that manual manipulation and go ahead and try to pull it from your other hand. Another thing, if you can't quite reach your fingertips like this, then you can grab a towel, hold an item, and pull down on the item. So it really manually, once again, pulls it down and gives you a deep stretch. Now with static stretches, you also want a little bit longer time most of the time, especially the ones that aren't moving, the fluid ones that go in the beginning, the rotations, the ones that are holds like this. You take a little bit of longer time. I want you to aim for at least 15 to 30 seconds. So if you do a little longer than some of these times that I'm doing, I have no problem with it. Try to keep it about 10 minutes on most of these videos. But again, the longer you stretch, the more flexibility factor you get out of it. If you do less than 10 seconds, it's really better for just kind of preventing injury. You get some improvements, but not as many as you think. So again, roll your shoulders back, pull your arms behind your head, connect them, and push your chest out on this one. This one, stay upright. Really try to push it from your chest, rolling your shoulders, and then we're going to slowly lean into it now, driving our hands as high as we can. In this case, now you're going to roll our shoulders forwards. And then I push my back up, gives me a little bit of lower back stretch in there, driving those hands high and including, once again, that whole body slowly coming up, nice and fluid motions, never trying to do anything too jerky. Know what we call ballistic stretching. We want to do a nice hold for all these movements. We're going to release the hands, keep them back as far as we can behind them so you feel this stretch this entire time, coming all the way around. Notice my thumbs. They started from facing the floor, halfway up they flip to the top, and then they come all the way up nice and smooth, keeping them behind my head, getting all the way to the top. Once you get to the top, you always want to try to connect your fingers. And then push straight up. It's going to lock it out even farther. Roll your shoulders back, readjust one more time, pulling it backwards. Now I'm going to start my side dips, bring it to the right, twist it all the way down. Notice my hips are lateral to my shoulders. They're not one way forwards, not back. I'm coming straight to my side, and I'm not going forwards or backwards in my lean. Once again, the other way. With double arms versus single, it's a little bit harder for you to include the hips, so you get a little bit more lat stretch than you would if you do a single arm. Then necessarily your obliques and hips in that equation. So that's kind of when, again, I'm focused on that upper body in this case a little bit more. Roll it around, go straight into a shrug. Nice transition from here. Gets those traps a little bit higher up in the neck. In this case, I did a reverse, following it up by a forwards. Try to do it even, nice and controlled. Big circles, all directions. And then we're doing some head circles. Slow and controlled. I cannot say it enough. And look how I'm doing it. I'm doing it nice and wide. I'm keeping my body upright. The only thing that is actually moving indeed is my neck muscles. My body, my core is engaged, but I'm moving that circle from my head as wide as I can and as slow as I can. Not just pushing my head, but I'm actually looking in that direction as well. In this case, I did 3 to the right. You can do 5 if you like. But whatever you do on one side, it's very, very important that you do it the other direction. So a good pause. Once again, look every direction. And we're going to slowly swing it around town. Swing it around town. Keep it coming. Alrighty, finish it out. Shake it out a little bit. Now we're gonna start going to the legs. Feet together. Keep your legs straight. It does not matter if you touch your toes. I cannot say it enough. 1, don't bend your knees. Go down as far as you can. 2, don't bounce into it. It is a slow, controlled motion with your head tucked to your body as close as you can. Notice I start on my feet. I could go a little farther, so I start walking it behind me. Still legs are straight. Hold this one nice and long. This is one of the best legs. It does legs, backs, hammies, glutes, all of the legs pretty much, except for your quads and a little bit of your calves in this. Then from here, we're going to start into a cow stretch coming up, poking our back up, or a camel, I think it's called in this one. Notice I'm slowly controlling it. I keep my hands as close to my body. My head is aligned. My spine is straight to the floor. I'm not twisting one direction. I'm slowly coming up the back. You'll feel a real deep back stretch as you get all the way up to the top. And once I stand up, I'm slowly going to engage my head, my trap muscles, my neck muscles, rolling it up, back, and squeezing down. Very important you finish it in that direction, that order. Come up slow, keep it close to your body, and control this motion. Roll it out after that. Nice squeeze through the shoulder blades, kind of loosen them up. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do our quad stretch. So definitely a really good one. If you want, hold your imaginary pole. It helps with balance. Touch your nose, but don't watch somebody else if you're doing it with them, because if they fall, you're going to fall too. It's good to always fixate on a spot, or if you want, do it by the wall. There's no reason you can't. It's not going to take anything away from your stretch. You don't get to do the balancing factors of that coordination, but it's not our goal right now. We're working on flexibility, so sometimes it's important to do one thing and not 5. Ignoring my really dark feet from this dirty floor, I do the other side, making it even. Once again, pulling my knee behind me, and I'm staying upright. There's a good another angle, twisting it here. Watch again. Good balance is important. And a good hold. Alrighty, to finish it out, let's get the hips in there and get the last little bit of the legs. Open it up as wide as you can first, and then slowly walk your body down. Open it up first and then go down. Try to lean your head down, tuck them back, walk it back as far as you can. Once again, looking down and keeping it as close to your body as you can. Holding it here nice and long. Really getting a deep stretch. Eventually what we do is we're going to start to walk it towards our right side. Doesn't matter if you want to do your left first, that's fine. It's going to be nice and even every time anyway. In this case, notice my hips turn. I start to face that direction, and I'm keeping my legs straight. I'm tucking my head down, and I'm not letting distractions of cuteness get in my way. And I go to the other side. Once again, keeping my head tucked down, going straight for the feet, keeping the legs straight, twisting my hips. Big one that people don't do is they don't twist their hips towards that leg. You want to really engage those hips as well. And then I'm just going to go ahead and walk it on up, and that is it. If you want to add a little bit of a complementary to that one, you can always sit down and do butterfly where you put your feet together. Otherwise, kind of shake it out. Get your legs flowing, get the blood flowing a little bit more, because your heart rate has now been a little bit more steady state than if you do a dynamic movement. If you want to do a lot of cardio or get into some of those motions, it may be important to kind of do a little bit of jumping jacks or something after that. I do recommend maybe a static first, unless you're playing that sport and you want to do that functional to kind of maximize your